I will act as a consultant analyzing an organizational issue within a correctional institution, specifically the security disturbance and mass riot incident at the Class 2A State Detention Center, Ambon. This analysis is based on credible source and applies organizational development concepts in accordance with the assignment requirements. The issue addressed in this analysis is the occurrence of a conflict that escalated into a mass riot at the detention center. The indicate began with the handling of inmates which triggered dissatisfaction among external parties, particularly the inmates' families, and eventually led to an attack on the facility. The situation indicates the security disturbance in correctional institutions are not only caused by internal factors, but may also arise from the interaction between internal organizational weaknesses and external social pressures. It is important to ensure that this issue is valid and appropriate for analysis. According to the assignment criteria, the selected issue must be real, evidence-based, and have significant impact on organizational performance. In this case, the incident at the Class 2A State Detention Center, Ambon, is real event that directly affected security, order, and the public image of the institution. Therefore, it meets the criteria as a relevant and significant organizational problem. From a theoretical perspective, Gresham M. Skis in the Society of Captives explains that inmates experience pressure due to the restrictive condition of prison life, which may lead to deviant behavior and conflict. Furthermore, Alison Liebling emphasizes that the quality of prison management and supervision significantly influences stability and inmates' behavior. When management is ineffective, the likelihood of conflict increases. This is supported by Ben Crew, who argues that imbalance in control within modern prisons can lead to the escalation of conflict. Therefore, the incident at the detention center can be understood as the result of both individual pressures and organizational system weaknesses. Previous studies also indicate the disturbance and conflict in correctional institutions are often rooted in organizational issues. Research by Liebling shows that poorly managed prison environments tend to increase the risk of conflict. In addition, studies by Yusim and Kimball explain that prison riots are often triggered by dissatisfaction with staff treatment and ineffective communication between the institution and inmates. In the context of the Class 2A Detention Center Ambon, is this highly relevant as the conflict escalated from dissatisfaction with how inmates were handled. Furthermore, research by Steiner and Woodridge demonstrates that prison safety is strongly influenced by the relationship between staff and inmates, where poor relationships increase the risk of violence and conflict. This suggests that weak communication and interpersonal relationships contribute to the escalation. In this case, Morford-Bottom explained that prison control must balance authority and legitimacy. Otherwise, it may provoke resistance. In addition, research by Resisk and Mesko highlights the perceived is injustice in treatment can lead to negative reaction and conflict. This aligns with the Ambon case where dissatisfaction triggered external reaction. Reports from UNODC also emphasized that weak conflict management and poor communication system significantly increase security risks in correctional institutions. To analyze this issue systematically, the McKinsey 7S frameworks developed by McKinsey and Company is applied. This model emphasizes the alignment of 7 key elements: strategy, structure, system, staff, skill, style, and shared values. In this case, from the strategy perspective, there is no clear crisis communication strategy in place. From the structural perspective, coordination among staff is not optimal during emergency situation. From the system perspective, standard operating procedures for conflict management are not effectively implemented, which contributes to escalation rather than resolution. From the staff perspective, personal readiness in handling conflict is limited. From the skill perspective, communication and the escalation skill are insufficient. From the leadership style perspective, the approach tends to be directive rather than preventive. Meanwhile, from the shared values perspective, there is a lack of a strong organizational culture that promotes humanistic communication and professionalism. Based on this analysis, the root cause include weak conflict management, ineffective communication systems, and an underdeveloped organizational culture. The diagnostic process is conducted systematically through data collection from news reports, literature, and official source, followed by qualitative analysis. According to John W. Criswell, qualitative methods are used to gain a deeper understanding of social phenomena. Additionally, findings are widely emphasized that organizational diagnosis must be systemic and evidence the best in order to accurately identify root cause. In developing change strategies, Kurt Lewin's change model is applied. According to Kurt Lewin, organizational change consists of the 3 stages: unfreeze change, and refreeze. In the unfreeze stage, the organization must recognize weaknesses in the conflict management and communication. In the change stage, improvements are implemented through conflict management training, enhanced public communication, and the application of more humanistic procedures. In the freeze stage, changes are stabilized through standardized procedures and continuous monitoring and evaluation. Through the strategies, it's expected the conflict can be minimized, organizational communication can improve, and public trust in the institution can be restored. In conclusion, the incident at the Class 2A State Detention Center Ambon reflect an organizational failure in managing conflict and communication influenced by weakness in systems, human research, and organizational culture. Therefore, start training conflict management improving staff capacity, and developing a more adaptive and humanistic organizational culture are necessary as realistic and sustainable solution. Thank you for watching my video. See you.